You know, it's really great to be here. And as a commissioner and on behalf of the commission, I really want to welcome you all. It's terrific to have you. As you all know, the NCTAF Commission recently launched a 3-year Great Teaching Initiative. And you know, teaching and education is probably at one of the most seminal moments in decades, if not centuries, with higher standards, changes in technology, the internet. And we all know at the heart of supporting great teaching is a system of personalized, collaborative, and meaningful professional learning for every teacher. So that's why I'm really excited about today's conversation and having the opportunity to learn from the OECD, or the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, from AFT and Randy Weingarten, and from a group of really amazing education and policy leaders about sort of how we can really make a difference in supporting great teachers through professional learning. It's never been more important. But I guess for me, the biggest pleasure is getting to introduce one of my favorite people in the world. And it's really an honor to do so. And that's Andreas Schleicher, Director for Education and Skills at the OECD. Atlantic Monthly calls Andreas the world's schoolmaster. Andreas, and anybody who knows his travel schedule knows why, Andreas tirelessly and successfully promotes global collaboration in education. He's played an enormous role in building a global education community. But ultimately, Andreas is known for his data, and if you ever get an email from him, there's a quote that says, "Without data, you're just another person with an opinion." In addition to policy and country reviews, the work of the OECD Education Directorate includes the Program for International Student Assessment, PISA, this OECD Survey of Adult Skills, PIAC, the development and analysis of benchmarks on the performance of education systems, INES, and the focus of today's discussion, the OECD Teaching and Learning International Survey, TALIS. And what I would say is every time I read the studies or I hear Andreas, I always learn something new, something really important. Andreas has worked passionately to promote TALIS in the US. I was here a year ago when together we launched the TALIS results in the US. It was a terrific meeting that brought together stakeholders from across the education community. Not surprising, since Andreas was involved, and all this work was in support of learning from data and from one another. Andreas has dedicated a lot of time and effort through his work to building awareness regarding the importance of the data and how TALIS can be used to continue to inform improvement. With Andreas, it's always about improvement. NCTAF has been honored to work with Andreas and the OECD and to share all the information with the education community. So Andreas is also a trusted advisor. He's known for being honest, for being direct, to saying what he thinks. Not only is he the special advisor on education policy to the OECD's Secretary General, but he advises ministers around the world. And just to give you a little taste, yesterday he was in the Bahamas with the British Commonwealth Council of Education Ministers. This morning he met with the US Department of Ed. This afternoon, the most august group, us. Tomorrow morning he meets with the Italian Parliament. And lucky guy, on Monday he gets to meet with the Japanese education minister in Tokyo. I've known Andreas for many years and have watched him advocate tirelessly for strategies that will accelerate educational attainment. To quote Andreas from his list of 5 lessons he has learned, "The world has become indifferent to tradition and past reputation, unforgiving to frailty, and ignorant to custom or practice. Success will go to those individuals and nations that are swift to adapt, slow to complain, and open to change. The task for educators and policymakers is to ensure that all countries rise to this challenge. And therefore, it's really our challenge." So with great pleasure, I give you Andreas.